Hello, my name is Melissa Corey from Happy Quilting, and today I'm going to be showing you how to do a free motion quilting all over design of interlocking squares. If you've seen my interlocking circles tutorial, this is a lot like it. So let's first go over how we're going to go about doing this. Just pick somewhere to start and simply draw a square. Now when you're doing this with your sewing machine, if you stop for just a half of a second at the corners, they're going to stay a lot crisper. Once you're done your first square, then you're ready to travel. So just travel back over your line, and whenever you're ready, go ahead and start another square. And you can always do rectangles as well. Using different widths and heights is really going to add variety to this, to where you get back to where you started, and then once again travel. I could travel down this way if I wanted to go this direction, but since we won't be able to see that, we'll go ahead and travel this way till you're ready to start a new square or rectangle, and go ahead and just continue to make them and continue to travel. Now when you're doing this, you probably want to use a more matching thread to your quilt top, because there is going to be a lot of traveling and you're not going to always stay right on top of your line exactly, which gives it a good look anyway. So don't stress too much if you don't stay right exactly on top of your line, and I'll show you that more when we get to the quilting. But I'm just going to keep traveling back and forth, adding squares wherever I want to, continuing on. If you decide you can always go back into another square again, just go wherever you want, squares and rectangles, traveling and continuing on until you've filled up the quilt space that you want to, and you get this really fun geometric design. So now let's see how we would go about doing that on our actual quilt. I'm going to go ahead and put on my machine gloves. These just help to give you extra grip, and you can just use any kind of gloves, garden gloves, anything that has a little grippy pads on it. As always, when I free motion quilt, I have my stitch length and stitch width set to 0, because I'm going to control that with the movement of my quilt, and my feed dogs are down and my needle is in the down position. So let's go to it. Put your hands on either side so you get your good grip. And I'm just going to make my quilt, and you'll notice just when I get to those corners, I'm just pausing for just a half a second so that I can get my nice clean corners, straighten out your quilt as you need to. And like I said, sometimes you're not going to be perfectly on getting those repeats, but it's alright, because it really just goes in with this fun modern geometric design, and don't stress out too much about it. And it's a really flowing motion. Don't worry if you're going back over top of other squares. It's all just part of the motion, and I like to travel as little as possible. So now I'm just going to continue on here. Straighten your quilt out as necessary. I'll try and get back to this black so you can better see what I'm doing here. It kind of blends in with the white, which is what you're wanting if you want good matchy threads. We'll do a big one here, and just continue. When you come and meet up a whole bunch, you're going to be going back over top again, but that's no big deal. Just keep filling up your space until it is all filled up. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and come and check me out at happyquiltingmelissa.blogspot.com for lots more. Thanks. Bye-bye.